What's going on with y'all? So I'm just outside. It's about 2:45 a.m. in the morning. I'm in the city. I'm just walking right now. Hold on, let me clear my screen. It's kind of blurry. Okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, so just walking right now. You know, sometimes I just go for walks outside, random times at night. Look at this weird shit. Look at this weird shit. They can reverse all the way back from there to make that turn right there. I'm about to just walk around the block a few times and come back to this store to get some tape. I be using tape. I'm still in a telly right now. I use tape to literally tape the border of the door so no smoke gets in, because I know people in my hotel. I recently switched hotels, but I know people in there. I can see they smoke a lot of bud. And I lie to you not. You know, we experience the same BS as a targeted individual. My bad. As a targeted individual. Dealing with the banging and the disruption. And my thing now is not only banging, which I can tune out as of now, but it is people are coming near my hotel room and smoking hella bud on every floor I'm on. Now, I myself have no problem with that. Like I said, I used to smoke weed as well. I stopped for spiritual and personal reasons and to better myself and to improve myself. But here's the odd thing about what's going on with that. It's simply like, look, I went on the floor, every floor, because, I lie to you not, it's like they messing with me there. It's like I had to change my hotel room 3 times already, and I only been here for 3 days. But, yeah, it was a problem with each room. Like one room, the AC wasn't working. The other room, it was simply, what was wrong with the other one? The other one had there was an issue with the window. One other room, they were smoking on the floor too heavily, and they actually told me, they asked me if I wanted to move the room, and I was like, yeah, no doubt, because they moved me into a better room anyway. But yeah, it's like once I got on each floor, it did not smell of weed. Like there was no weed. And it's like after I settled in, they started smoking heavy. Same with every other floor. After I settled in, they started smoking heavy. Now, I'm not complaining. I don't want to complain too much about it because, it's still a blessing to have somewhere to lay my head. There are people out here on the street who have nowhere to sleep, but on the street, on this concrete right here, I just seen a lady. She was a homeless lady. She was pushing a cart with 10,000 cans in it. And I can understand, it's a hard life. And it is a blessing to have somewhere to lay my head. But I don't like people intentionally messing with my sobriety. And I know that's what these people are doing here. These Gangstalkers, they're following me around, realizing, oh, this dude is trying to stay sober. Let me mess it up for him. Now, here's the problem I have. It's not people smoking on the floor. Because all I know is when I used to smoke, scent would never get out the room because I'd make sure I guarded up. But it's not that. The issue for me is more so when they're smoking on the floor, that shit was actually getting in my room. Some of it would get in my room, and I would have to, buy tape, board it up to avoid that issue, which is working perfectly fine for me right now. As y'all can see, it's around 2:55 right now, probably 2:50 or so a.m. And I'm walking around freely, as I do. I'm walking around freely. I've moved around a few times, and it's not out of fear. As of recent, the only reason I've moved around is simply because of agitation and being annoyed, and me personally not wanting to hurt anyone, because I know my potential and what I am capable of, you know. So these Gangstalkers and these people who target us, these demons, they simply think that because you're moving around that you're in fear, or you afraid of something, or you afraid of them. For me, that's simply not the case. Look where I'm at right now. I'm walking. Hold on, let me turn around. I'm walking up and about in the city. Anybody apparently they target us, and they know exactly where we are 24/7 at all times. You feel me? And if niggas really wanted to do something, they could have easily gotten me so many times. I've been walking around so freely. So that's why I started ignoring those fake threats. I started laughing at them, because you know, it's empty threats. They never do nothing. It's to put you in fear. It's to make you afraid to go out, afraid to meet people, afraid to go out and work, afraid to go out and do what you got to do. And it doesn't work anymore. My only thing is I'm annoyed at how many times I hear it a day. That's it. But look at this. Middle of the night, walking around as I do regularly, and nothing. Nothing. No one pulling up on me. No one saying nothing to me. It's a fear tactic. You know? Yeah, so I am today will be 104 days sober. And I feel great. I do feel great. And you know, I predicted, and you know what I've noticed, the longer I've been going, I notice the longer I stay sober, it seems like the more desperate they get. Understand me? It feels like the longer I stay sober, the more desperate they get. They try more desperate tactics. Way more desperate tactics. You know? It's like I told myself this would happen too, because it's like when you're not sober and you feel like you're addicted to a substance, it feels like there's a force preventing you from being sober, a force trying to reel you back into that lifestyle. And it's like once you avoid it, it's like that force tries to come around and bring you back into that lifestyle. And now I could really see it with what's happening in this spiritual war that I'm going through as a targeted individual. I could see this force manifesting itself in the physical form through actual people, through these demons. Smoking around me everywhere I go, every floor I'm on. As soon as I get to the floor, ain't no weed smell. As soon as I settle in the room, lay my head down, I smell hella weed coming in my room. It's like, yo. It's just a very demonic thing, trying to mess with someone's sobriety, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not only trying to disturb my peace and my sleep, but now you're trying to disturb my connection with God. Because in reality, I really did make a promise to God that I would stop completely, and I have been since. Like I said, these people don't like to hear anything about God. They don't want your connection with him to grow at all. They want you to grow away from him. They want you to rot in hell with they want you to go to hell with them. They know their destination, and it's like these spirits, we can't relate to them at all because they are of another realm. We think, oh, these are just bad people and these are just messed up people. Maybe they had a they're going through something or they don't know any better. No, they know exactly what they're doing. I want to explain something to y'all. A lot of y'all talk about these gang stalkers sometimes like they're innocent, in a sense of, oh, they could be getting forced to do this, or they could be getting paid to do this, or threatened. Nah, man, everybody has a choice. If y'all go through if you were targeted and you experienced the whole synthetic telepathy and some of these really, really demonic things that happen with us, then you know that these gang stalkers aren't really human. You know that these people do have these things know what they're doing. Without an undoubtable doubt. You know what I'm saying? You could tell it's malicious. You have a certain level of discernment where you can sense these people and you can tell they're malicious off the back before they even start talking to you. Then they start talking to you. Then you get to know who these people are and you find out you were exactly correct. Exactly correct. Without a doubt. One thing I could say I'm happy about is I could just say I'm happy about being right about everything. Because last year I predicted something like this would happen. I predicted who these people really were. I would have conversations and Bible studies with my friends and I would tell them, yo, because I know it's good to pray for people and pray for your enemies. But I always told them, yo, I'm going through something where I feel like what's happening right now to me is satanic of the devil. And I feel like I know what you're saying is to pray for your enemies, but when people are consistently trying to ruin your relationship with God, intentionally trying to ruin your relationship with the Lord, with God, it's like, yo, who does that? I understand if you're not religious and you don't like religion, but who goes out their way to ruin someone else's connection with the higher power? That sounds like a demon to me. That sounds like something the devil did in biblical times, doesn't it? That's all that sounds like to me, is a devil tactic, is a satanic tactic. I know in the beginning of my videos, I said I had army personnel follow me, like army people and military. A lot of them is fake. I just now discovered. A lot of them ain't real. They just try to, some of them are real, some of them aren't. But most of these people who are following me are Satanists, are satanic, are of Satan. This is not a I'm not guessing. This is a fact. This is an absolute fact. Let me turn back. I have a Twitter account, right? And I have a few accounts. I have a Twitter and a Periscope. I have a Periscope because I used to live stream. When I first got back to New York, I used to live stream when I would sleep. Because, this was all still new to me. And I wanted to make sure if anyone's banging on my door saying my name, I have evidence. Which if you look on my earlier video, I do have evidence of that as well. That was streamed off Periscope. But I notice the accounts that follow me, it's like, it's them. It's these people that targeted me, like these agents, these demons. I have people follow me that are following Satanist accounts, occultic accounts. The occult, I think it's called, not the occultic. Sometimes I pronounce it wrong. I think it's called the occult, which is like a satanic group or some satanic thing. I had someone off Twitter follow me from an occult account. I had to block him I won't even lie. I had someone comment on my YouTube channel. I had to block them because I could see like the same day they commented is the same very day they made the channel. You know, sometimes I like to look at when people make their channels to know if they real or not, because you can kind of tell. And it's like, okay, the same day they commented on the video that I would upload, or the same day they commented on the video in general, would be the same day they made the very same channel. Now, what are the odds you make that channel that very same day and you coincidentally just find my video? I only have a few subs. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's that person intentionally following me and stalking my channels, and I know it's one of these Satanists that have been out here trying to ruin my relationship with God. Yeah, man. I get these very atrocious, repetitive, and annoying threats. Very, very malicious threats from these weird people, and they think I'm in fear. And I know the reason why I know these people aren't human is because no one's gonna be that repetitive and not realize it's not working and just consistently do it like they were programmed to do it, like they can't help themselves. You feel me? Anyone who starts seeing through, anyone who is going through this right now as targeted, and they start seeing through the veil, like, which is basically like seeing what's real and seeing the world for what it is, you can really see that this whole thing is a program. Like, a lot of these people aren't even real people for real at all. I actually had someone in my hotel room recently, like it was in this hotel. Yo, son, I felt like I was experiencing my life in like some type of movie, dog. Bro, I'm in my room chilling, sleeping, and I lie to you not, I hear this dude throughout the night, even before I went to sleep, every 5 minutes on cue, going in and out of his room. I don't even know if he wasn't even going in and out of his room, bro. He was opening his door and closing it, because his door was literally right next to mine. This man was opening his door, closing it. Opening his door, closing it. Opening his door, closing it. Every few damn minutes, every few seconds, like an idiot. And he was doing that to make it seem like, oh, just create some type of noise campaign. To create some type of noise campaign to disrupt me. I'm like, bro, you've been doing this from 10 a.m., You've been doing this from 11 p.m., 10 p.m., up until 6 fucking a.m. Excuse my language. Like, what could you possibly be doing every minute of the night? Every 5 minutes. For like 10 hours throughout the night into the AM. Now me, I turn the TV up a little, I put my headphones on, and I'm good. Once they realize that, they take it to the next level, banging off the wall, banging off the floor. Now luckily, God just blessed me and he put me at the very, very, very top. So I'm chilling now. Because apparently they said they didn't have a room at the very top. And, you know, I actually just moved my room today because they were smoking heavily. As soon as I got in the room, the floor smelled, I know I'm saying this so many times, but let me tell you, once I got on that floor the first time, it smelled like nothing but air freshener and flowers, not a scent of weed. Coincidentally, again, as soon as I get in the room, it smelled like they smoke like 1,000 blunts in that one session. I was like, wow, bro. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, you have to really see what I'm going through to believe it, man. Truly you do. And a lot of us, I know we say this, you have to really see what we going through to believe it. This is why they have these covert tactics that they make it so, they try to make it kind of innocent and kind of undetected, so it can make it seem like you crazy, but you're not crazy at all, dog. Don't ever let them make you feel like you are at all, because we know what's real in this world. A lot of people don't. You know what I've noticed? You know how y'all see a lot of crackheads on the street? A lot of people on the street just saying random things, and I hope this don't sound too far-fetched, but this is just my opinion. This is just an opinion, right, that I have right now. What if these crackheads that be saying these random things on the street looking like they lost their mind, talking to themselves, what if they really got that V2K in their head and it's just overpowering them because they're on drugs, because they're not sober? What if a lot of these people are agents or minions? Because what it looks like is these people are like minions, like in a movie. What if their brain is being controlled and they're just like minions or soulless beings for this government? Probably spying on us too. Probably boop, 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 chip pops up, oh, T.I. incoming. Now you be hearing them say these random things too. I don't know, I'm a bit in tune with that. I was thinking about that quite a bit. I'm a bit in tune with that concept. Like if you a T.I., targeted, empowered, and you walk in the streets of NYC and you've been through this a while, you can just tell something's up with some of these people. Something is up. The gig is up. Something is wrong. I stopped here because I may go back to that store back there and see what they got. I'm really just out here to buy some tape and go for a little walk. But yeah, like the gig is up, my guy. We cannot be deceived no more. You know, I'm even avoiding like deep not friendships, because, you know, I'm really avoiding like relationships and shit like that and those type of things, because I know what they like to do is they're desperate, bro. They'll go out their way, they'll get like a female to start talking to you. She'll be an agent or one of these bots, one of these soulless beings. She'll try to seduce you in a way. Same thing with the females who are going through this. They'll get a guy to try to talk to you. He'll be an agent. He'll try to seduce you in a way. He'll try to take your energy, your sexual energy, your emotional energy, and he'll try to lower your vibration with that, because he is not spiritually inclined. He is not real. She is not spiritually inclined. She is not real. So it would literally be impossible to connect with someone like them. And once you do connect with someone like that, or you intertwine with them in a sexual way or in an emotional way, you realize, yo, something's up. You realize you low-key losing your energy and you losing your sense of being, because you are not supposed to be with these people in spirit. They are not for us. So since discovering that, I've been very careful about protecting my energy in that sense too. Hold on. So yeah, I had to go to the store, got the tape. If y'all thought I was joking, I'm not. I really had to actually go out there and get tape. You know, I really do have to board my door up if this is something real for me. Yeah, so I really had to board my door up. This is something real for me. You know, I don't know what that guy was saying, but as you could see, as soon as I walked past him, he was saying something. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. I got tape. I got some. Oh, nah, I didn't get the juice. But, yeah, like I was saying, man. Relationships and connecting with people is something very sacred. Like, we should be able to connect with anyone. You know, not be so closed in all the time. But it's also good to be cautious, especially people like us, like people who are targeted. You know? So, my bad, I know I paused for a minute. So yeah, you see how like, as I walked by dude, and he said something, and it's not like he was talking for a minute, he just kind of mumbled something and then he stopped. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. They walk past you and they mumble something and then they just stop. And it's like they just waited for you to walk past them. They mumble something and they stop. That's the type of soulless being shit I'm talking about. Where these people all do and say the same thing, but they're not really. It's like, it feels like they AI, like they not real humans. Like, if everyone's doing the same thing like this, they must all be programmed together. You feel me? That's just a very, very small glimpse. An extremely small glimpse of what I go through and what I'm talking about. Okay? But, yeah, all right, man. Catch y'all later. Peace.